Hi, everybody. This is Tom Alexander from the RV Advisor Podcast, and just want to let everybody know and thank everybody for watching 100 of these episodes. Yes, this is episode 100, and it is amazing that we've been able to get that many in, but we're going to keep trucking and keep going. And so we've got our regular scheduled guests, the Atchleys, and a couple of surprise guests popping in to say hello. Just want to thank you all for listening, all for watching the RV Advisor Podcast, show number 100, right now.
This is the RV Advisor Podcast with your host, Tom Alexander. Get all the latest information, trends, advice from experts, stories from the road, and more in the world of recreational vehicles. Now, here's Tom.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the RV Advisor Podcast. I'm Tom Alexander, and I'm joined today by John and Rhonda Atchley. And they are in central Minnesota right now in their beautiful RV. And Onamia is the name of the town in central Minnesota where they are. And welcome, folks. How are you?
Pretty good.
We are good.
Thank you for inviting us.
Well, it's wonderful to have you on. And, I know that you guys are doing a lot of traveling. I see a furry friend behind you there, just over your right shoulder there. And
Yes.
and that is who?
This is her house. This
Yes.
isn't
Oh,
ours.
so you just live in there.
Well,
we just
she
drive her
lets us.
around.
Yeah. I remember hearing years ago about Frank Sinatra. It's Frank's world. We're all just living in it.
Right.
So-
That's
so-
the cat.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So same with the cat. What's her name?
Absolutely.
Her name is Jewel.
Jewel. Okay, excellent. All right. And she seems like a jewel. She's relaxed there and chilling out. So that's good.
Oh, yeah.
Good
Yes.
for her. The right idea, I think. So tell us a little bit about our new Front Porch, which is I know you do a lot of videos on your YouTube channel.
Yep.
And kind of documenting your travels. Tell us a little bit about the origin of our new Front Porch.
Well, we first started for keeping family informed where we're at, and we were doing it on Facebook.
Mhm.
And it was a little shorter. And then as we were doing it, a family member said, "Why don't you do YouTube?" And I'm like, "Well, okay." So basically that's how it got started.
Yes.
But the names ended up being from wherever we take the trailer, it's home. We come in here, it's home, it's a safe place.
Uh-huh.
But wherever you take it, your front porch changes.
So,
So you have a new front porch every time you move.
right.
And
Yeah, well,
That's
that
where it
makes
came from.
that makes complete sense, and it's a great perspective on things because your perspective does change each time you kind of lock down for the evening, right?
right,
It does.
right.
So where? So we know you're in Onamia right now, but where are where are some destinations you've been in the last, let's say, couple of months?
A couple of months.
Oh, I've been everywhere.
Well, pick a couple highlights for us.
Well, last couple of months, we've kind of been staying around this area just because it's our home base. And we've been doing a lot of videos on what there is to see in Minnesota, because when you live in your home state, I think you take everything for granted.
Yep.
And you really don't see what there is out there, because you think of vacation, you think of, I have to go a long ways to go have some fun. And there's a lot to do in Minnesota. So we've gone to St. Croix. We'll be heading up to Itasca. We've done southern Minnesota. A lot of the state parks around here, like Charles Lindbergh Park, Crow Wing, a lot of the, what do you call those? Army Corps of Engineer.
Yep. We've been
Oh,
doing
okay.
those.
We've been hitting some of those. And the state parks and Army Corps of Engineer are definitely some of the more beautiful parks in
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
And we try to hit the Army Corps of Engineer parks, because I notice on YouTube and other people that are on groups, RV groups, they don't really talk about them. I think sometimes the Army Corps of Engineer parks get forgotten.
They do.
And they're just as nice as a lot of the state parks.
I thought they were
Yeah,
nicer.
they're taken care of, really
Mhm.
nice. And if
Yeah.
anybody wants to ever check it, we do have one right now on our channel, but
Right.
so they can kind of see what they're like.
Yeah.
But they're very much like a state park.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's interesting. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was unaware of that, and that's
yeah,
great to know, and great for folks to check out if they get out there. And I'm sure they're in many
Well,
locations, not just in Minnesota, right?
they're all across the United States.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Um, it's interesting because a lot of times we'll have folks on, and we're obviously we're all of us have been dealing with this pandemic for several
oh,
months now, and I know that it's been it's put a cramp in some folks' styles. I get that, and it makes total sense. But you're isolated in an RV, and that's one of the safest, best places to be
mhm.
during a situation that we're all enduring here. So it doesn't necessarily preclude you from going to places you want to see, right? I mean, has it
Right.
affected your schedule as much as?
oh, not at all.
Yeah.
Well, it did when we were coming back from Arizona.
Well, that, yeah,
Yeah,
but in the
I
very
mean,
beginning of this, we were in Sedona, Arizona.
Yep.
And so that affected things because Sedona was basically shut down, the downtown area. So we only had national forests to go check out, and a lot of the state parks were closed. So that affected things when we were there. But
Right.
mhm.
here in Minnesota, they've opened up all the state parks, and there's several state parks here.
Hmm.
So we've been able to get out a lot better here in Minnesota than versus Arizona.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like to say isolated in our camper because I so think that's so far from being isolated. This is free.
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
yes.
Well, you both seem just genuinely happy. You just radiate this sort of, joy, which is, that's a pretty good thing. Let's take a quick break, and we'll come back and talk a little bit more here with John and Rhonda Atchley. And they are from our new Front Porch. You can catch them on YouTube. My name is Tom Alexander. This is the RV Advisor Podcast. Back in just a moment. The RVACA is a charitable organization protecting the rights of RV owners. With your help, we'll work with dealers and manufacturers to ensure quality controls in place prior to delivery of an RV. Additionally, the RVACA provides assistance to disaster relief victims. Visit rvaca.org. We are back on the RV Advisor Podcast, and we've got John and Rhonda Atchley from our new Front Porch. And I should mention, we've hit our 100th episode, so you've joined you're part of our milestone here.
Of
Wow,
course.
we're
Wow.
lucky.
Pretty
Thank
cool,
you.
right? So
I
yeah,
knew it was going to be a good day.
And you just brightened it up.
look at that. I mean, two smiling faces, our 100th show. It's you can't top it. Well, that's terrific that you guys are, so you have the freedom to kind of, go wherever you go, and I hear a lot of times people just sort of, I mean, yeah, they plan to some degree, but other times they say, you know what, let's just put the thing in drive and let's see where the road takes us. Do you find that it's a little bit of a mix of that, or is it all planned?
Well, we plan everything because right now, it isn't just the baby boomers who are retiring and traveling this lifestyle. We also have a couple generations behind us that want to work from home, but they want to do it in a camper. So we're finding a lot of the parks that we used to be able to just drive into and get a night over,
Yeah.
they're filling up.
Yeah.
And so we have to plan them out. We actually plan out 6 months ahead just
Mhm.
because, we're going to Louisiana and Florida this year, but we definitely have to plan it out. It's not like the years before.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
So what kind of, I mean, are you both retired now, or do you both still work a little bit from the road, or what do you do?
Well, I have a jewelry business,
Ah,
and I design and make jewelry. And we were, before COVID hit, we were doing a lot of Renaissance festivals and outdoor festivals,
yeah.
which was fantastic. But that's been put to a halt since March. But I do have an online business too. Fortunately, the absence of the other facilities to buy from. People are buying a lot more online, so
Right.
it's still been beneficial.
Yes.
Well, why don't you share with our viewers and listeners the name of the site where they can check out your.
It's the Jewelry Lady, the number 4, the letter U.com.
The Jewelry Lady for you, and it's 4 the digit, the number, and the letter U. So there you
Yes.
go. .com. Wonderful. The Jewelry Lady for you. Love it.
Mhm.
And what about you, John? Are you retired, or are you still doing some work?
Well, technically I'm a retired military guy from the Air Force,
Oh,
but I help her do the web. I do a lot of the web design and stuff for her,
yeah.
and then I do the YouTube stuff. I do a lot of the editing, and
Mhm.
when we go out, so I keep very busy. So we're not just sitting in our camper, we
No,
go
it
out.
sounds like you're.
And then we come and make jewelry and keep moving.
Yeah, no,
'Cause you
rich
gotta do
full
something.
life. That's good. That's good.
Oh.
Sounds pretty active stuff. So that's terrific. Where to next? Where's the next adventure taking you?
We're heading south towards Louisiana. We're gonna stop in Indiana, Tennessee,
In Alabama.
Alabama, and then from there to Louisiana, and then we'll stay with his relatives from Slidell, Louisiana for a few weeks, and then
Mhm.
we'll head over to Florida.
And work our way down to the Keys. So
Yeah.
we've got a
Okay, so
busy
you're
schedule.
gonna come right by us. We're in South
Okay.
Florida. We're
Where are you?
we are just west of Fort Lauderdale.
Oh,
Oh.
yes.
So we'll we will certainly be on your on the path, so to
You'll
speak.
be on our front
Absolutely.
porch.
Hey, maybe we can visit your South Florida front porch while you're
There you go.
if you decide to stay overnight. Tell the folks where they can find you on YouTube.
Well, because we're a newer site, it's harder to search us. So I found that if you just type John and Rhonda RV, it gets you right to our site.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
We're
Well, that's
still
not too.
working on
Yeah.
our analytics to get
Yeah.
seen more because we're new, but I've been told it takes about a year
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
get going. So we're patient.
It's a process. Fortunately for me, there are people much more skilled at that part of the whole process,
Right.
and that handle that for us on the website and everything, and the podcast and everything. So if I had to do that, I think we'd be we'd be in trouble.
Well, yeah, because I work on it daily.
Yeah.
Doing
Yeah.
everything I can to get us up there, and
Yeah.
it's a full-time job.
It is a full-time job. So
Yes.
so John and Rhonda RV on YouTube, and then you'll find her. And Rhonda is
Go
spelled
right
with
to
an
it.
H. That's RHONDA.
Got it, yes.
And there is a difference. So it's RHONDA. And John, the conventional way, JOHN, as opposed
Yes.
to JON, right? Okay.
Right.
All right. So just remember, just leave the H in there. That's all you got to
Yeah.
do. Just leave the. Yeah. All right, folks. Well, listen. Thank you so much for taking the time out to join us. We'd love to have you on again sometime and hear more about your new adventures, because there's always new adventures.
Well, thank you so much. We really love being on here, and congratulations on your 100 show.
Oh, well, thank you. And thank you for being part of it. We
Thank you.
very much appreciate that.
When we
Thank
go
you.
past Fort Lauderdale, we will wave.
All right. That sounds good. And maybe we'll see you. Who knows? Maybe
All right.
we'll be able to wave back,
Okay.
Terrific.
It is John and Rhonda Atchley. They were our guests today on show 100. They are from our new Front Porch. And check them out on YouTube. This is the RV Advisor Podcast. I'm Tom Alexander. We thank you for listening and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. So long, everybody.
Bye now.
Bye.
Well, we're joined by our guest coordinator who decided to stop in and say hello and take time out of her busy schedule because she's always getting guests for the show. Hey, Neve, it's Neve Carey. How are you, Neve?
Hi, Hi, Tom. How are you?
I'm doing great. Actually, it's Neve Carey Zacco. Zacco.
Yeah, I'm a Zocco now.
You're a Zacco now.
I know,
It
wild.
sounds like one of those things we would see on Batman when they'd hit the guy, go pow, Zacco.
I know. I
Yeah.
know. It's so strange. And my first name is such a strange name. Well, here in America, it's a very strange name to try
Yeah.
and pronounce. So Neve Zocco is quite a weird name.
There's probably, are you the only Neve Zacco on the planet?
So apparently I am. I did actually look into that because they were making fun of me, and we looked into it, and so far we cannot see any other Neve Zocco, but who knows?
Wow. So there you
I
go.
know.
We've got the one, the only, the original, and never to be duplicated.
Exactly.
I love it. That's great. That's absolutely
Yeah,
great.
it's
So,
fun.
so you're the guest coordinator, and that
Yes.
job, well,
Yes.
first of all, this show doesn't make it without you, because if without you, we get no guests.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, it's so much fun. I love doing it. I get to speak to so many amazing people.
yeah.
And even like trying to find them and finding the people that, like, obviously our listeners would like and appreciate hearing. Like, I've come across such amazing stories, amazing families. I've learned so much, and obviously in turn our followers have. But
Yeah.
like, it's just been like a really fun road. I still talk to people that we've had on the podcast on a weekly basis. We're building relationships, and it's been a real pleasure.
Yeah. Well, it is. I came into this knowing absolutely, virtually nothing about RVs. I'm a broadcaster by trade, and a writer and everything.
Yeah.
But when they brought me in, it's like, look, just be yourself and interview people, and you'll learn along the way. And I'll tell you something, I've learned so much from their adventures and their successes, their failures, their mistakes, their triumphs. It's amazing.
It's amazing.
It really is. And there's just some awesome people out there. And of course, you were able to get us some folks from England, from Australia. We got to get somebody on from your native Ireland one of these days.
I must do that. I must look into. It's a thing there. I know. Obviously, there's a community for it in every country. I must look into it. But yeah, it's really, it's crazy. Like everyone has like similar, like a love for on the road and RVs and doing up RVs and travel and things like that. But it was wild to like come across so many different dynamics: nurses on the road, families that wanted a simpler life, older people that were retiring, like you name it, girls that wanted to like make a group out of it, like just awesome stories.
Yeah. That's terrific. Well, and we've done that. I mean, mission accomplished.
Yeah.
And now we've got 100 shows behind us, and
Yes.
and on to the next 100, and beyond. Who knows how long we have this adventure, but it's great.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you something. I can't thank you enough for everything you're doing, and it's just great.
Of course.
And we look forward to continuing the adventure together, and hopefully, maybe we when things start normalizing and we're back on the road, you can wear the hat of traveling producer.
I would love that. I would love
be
nothing
fun,
more.
right? Yeah.
I would love that. That would be amazing.
How's the family? Everybody doing good?
Yeah, the family is great. The kids are keeping me nice and busy, but I mean, just same old thing, different day, just being a mom and working.
Absolutely. Well, listen, Neve, thank you. Our guest is our guest coordinator. How about that? I booked that one.
Yes.
I booked
I
that
love
one.
it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I didn't have to go through you.
Exactly.
Neve Carey Zacco, the only Neve Carey Zacco on the whole planet. And we've got her.
Thank you so much, Tom.
Thank you, Neve. We love working with you, and take care, and we'll see you soon.
You too. Bye.
Well, it takes a few people to put this show together every week, and probably the most important. Let me tell you, this if it wasn't for this guy, the show'd never get on posted at all. It's A.B. Batista. He is our producer and editor and engineer and cameraman and everything. Hey, A.B., how are you?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. And I just wanted to thank you for sticking with us for all these shows. And man, you've traveled with us to Tampa and a few other places, and and you're always on the go, camera in hand and headphones on, and it's just, that's it. Without you, this show doesn't get going. It's a lot of preparation, isn't it?
Yes, most definitely, but it's all worth it in the end.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of fun to do, and we got a really great team, and you and Neve, and of course there, and Gigi, and Michael, and Jordan, and everybody that helps out with the show. Without the whole team, the show does not get on. So thanks for stopping by, and hey, listen, we'll figure out what we're gonna, once we get through this crazy pandemic, AB, we'll figure out what's next, and I'm sure we'll be traveling someplace together and having a
For
blast
sure.
and interviewing people, right?
Yeah, most definitely. Looking forward to it. We'll
Yeah.
have more content.
More content, and as long as you do the driving,
For sure.
we'll be in
Yeah.
good shape, right?
For sure, yes.
All right. Well, listen, thanks again. And again, that is AB Batista, our producer, our editor, our engineer, and all around great guy. Thanks, AB.
Thank you.
And I got to tell you, this is it's a party, is what we're having here. We're having a virtual party because it's our 100th show, and look who it is. It's our fearless leader. It's Gigi Stellar herself. Hey, Gigi.
Hey, I just needed to chime in, of course. I couldn't believe it when I looked and I saw, like, I don't know, it just feels like yesterday it was like 85, 86. I have no idea the time. It's just flying by.
Yeah.
100. That is so cool.
Yeah, it's cool, and thanks to you and our team.
It's so much fun, and our guests have been great, and oh my God, I've actually seen the emails come in where people are actually requesting to be on our podcast, which
How about that?
Yeah, and what are we, like, number 4 or 6? I don't know what it was, whatever our number is, but
You mean the Just Ask Gigi show?
no, the podcast.
Oh, the podcast? Yeah. Well, we started back in last September. September 9th was the starting date, I think. But yeah, I mean, we were able to make it happen and continue to just, move forward. And now we're at show 100, and hopefully the next 100 will be as fun as the last 100.
I think we're going to get 100 a lot quicker anyway this time.
I think so.
Without the break, and I can't wait.
Me too, and thank you so much for stopping in.
Cheers to the next 100.
Absolutely. Thanks for making it possible. And we love doing it. And of course, I'll see you on Just Ask Gigi, as I normally do, every Thursday at 2.
Yep.
And we'll press on. Here's to the next 100.
Awesome. Cheers.
Gigi.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.